All right. Hello and welcome back to the Whole Nine Sports Podcast. I am Brandon Olsen, joined by Shamarious Gilmore, offensive lineman from Georgia State. How you doing, Shamarious?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Hey, no complaints. It's draft season, man. We're busy. We're having fun here. Speaking of draft season, how has your pre-draft process been? Gridiron Classic, Pro Day Prep. How's that all been going for you?
Man, it's great, man. I'm just taking it one day at a time, just enjoying the process, man. A lot of people don't get this opportunity, man. So it's just amazing, and I'm just trying to take it all in.
And you're one of the players who I've said this in interviews that we've done this week, and I've said it before the combine too. I was like, I don't really agree with some of the people that did get combine invites. You are one of the people that did not. Does that put an extra little chip on your shoulder there?
Man, I think I was kind of born with a chip on my shoulder at this point, man. Being overlooked, coming out of high school, going into college, but it's always extra motivation, when you want something and don't get it. So it's always extra motivation to go, push yourself and go be better than what, people expect of you.
And you just mentioned, being overlooked coming out of high school. What was your process like that ultimately led to you getting to Georgia State?
Oh man, I had a lot of FCS offers coming out. A lot of smaller schools. Well, they were still big schools, but smaller. And Georgia State offered me my junior year, and I took my visit. I enjoyed it, the atmosphere. I'm from the South Atlanta, so it was kind of 30 minutes away from home. And like if you ever watched the Georgia State game, you probably seen my family have like their own little section at the game. So man, just being close to home, being close to my family was big. But that
Yeah,
was a big key for me.
I was gonna get to that a little later, but you mentioned your family, so I'll bring it up now. You said that if you're watching a game, you could probably see your family. It'd be pretty hard to miss them because you got kind of a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up? And do you think that helped you at all in terms of this might be a far-fetched way to go about it, but when I heard that, I was like, I think it might have helped him kind of be a better teammate because I feel like when you have that many siblings, you kind of have to be selfless about things.
Man, I'm close to the end. It's 14 siblings and all, and I only have two little sisters under me. So, I was the baby at one point. So, but yeah, I was very selfish, man. Uh, as a kid, you do things, and we didn't want to get in trouble, so we used to fix things a lot. I ain't gonna lie, put the hole like running up the stairs in middle school one time, put a hole in the wall. All of us came there. They was like, you're gonna get in trouble, right? I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's try to fix this the best we can. But yeah, man, they're all my siblings are very supportive of me, and I thank them for that, and I love them. So yeah, they've been a big part of my process as well.
And how would you describe your skill set to NFL teams?
Skill set, I feel like I'm an overall built offensive lineman, man. I'm physical in the run game. I'm aggressive in the pass game. Great hands, and everything like that. And I think one of my biggest keys is being smart uh, and durable as offensive line. That's a big one. Having being able to be there is one of the biggest things in for the game.
Yeah, I mean, the saying is the best ability is availability, and you've proven that you can do that. 5-year starter, two-time captain for your team. And I don't know if you've like ever looked at the numbers, but you've played roughly 4,000 snaps, and you're pretty much dead down the center for times that you've played in pass protection and run blocking, which is just a very weird coincidence to work out. But I mean, obviously that makes you a great fit for so many teams. Are there any NFL players that you kind of model your game after?
Um, you'll take, different ideas from guys, but I feel like, I'm just a little different. So I watch a lot of film on, Quentin Nelson. Um, Coming out of college, they said I was gonna be more than likely be a center. So, I watched a lot of Jason Kelsey, Alex Mack, and just turning on, different NFL games. Offensive linemen we really can't watch the game to enjoy it as much. We are really focused in on the offensive lineman. So, I watch a lot of NFL games and, I'll pick out little tidbits. But those are a couple players I'd say I get a few ideas from.
And you just mentioned, people said that you'd be a center at some point. You've played almost exclusively at left guard. You've played both tackle spots a little bit. Do you think you'd be able to make that move to center? And I mean, you're basically capable of being a five position player at that point.
Yeah, because I've been taking snaps here. I was taking them back when I was at Georgia State, just in case we needed our center went down or something like that. But yeah, I feel like I can snap, man. I feel like it's just being a tackle's being a guard that can sit in 2 point stances a little longer, and I feel like a center is a guard that has to snap the ball. So I don't think it'll be like a detrimental transition for me.
And we've mentioned enough already about you've got so much experience at this point. Like I said, 5 year starter, 5 time conference player. Who would you say is the most difficult lineman that you've faced?
None of them.
Oh, okay.
None of them. But I feel like I played against a lot of great players. You know, I don't feel like anybody just stands out to me. But it's I can't remember that far back. But nah, I say teams like Tennessee, Penn State, and not North Carolina. Auburn. Auburn had a few good players, but I don't feel like anyone stood like just majorly stood out. It's a lot of good players in the Sun Belt Conference. Though. One I could say is C.J. Brewer from Coastal. He was a little handful. He was a little heavier, but nothing out of the ordinary.
And I don't know if you can say this, but if you can, have you met with NFL teams and how have those meetings gone for you?
When I was at the College Gridiron Showcase, well, we were allowed to talk to scouts and things of that nature. And I did talk to a few teams, and the interviews went pretty well. Talked to a lot of them on the field when I was down at the practices down there. Like it was like kind of open, so they were down there and were able to interact during and after practice.
And you have a very unique accolade. You were a record setter at Georgia State. You were the first offensive lineman to ever score a touchdown for Georgia State. And just what was that like? What was that moment like?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that was probably one of the most exciting moments of my life, man. Because that was probably like I know that was the most major time I got to touch the football. So it was a field goal. Unfortunately, it was blocked from the other side. They came in, got their hand up, and tipped it. Uh, we was on like the 5 yard line. We was sprinting in. My left tackle, Hunter Atkinson, he came in and he just leveled. Like I don't know why the guy even tried to return it, but yeah, he just leveled the guy that tried to return it, and then it was a big pile, and I was just having to see the ball between somebody's legs, jump on it, fall on it, cradle it. As soon as I stood up, I was like, and I seen the official put his hands up and give me a touchdown. Man, I was ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean that's somewhere offensive linemen, you guys don't get that kind of glory and that kind of cheer very often.
Yeah, I put on for the big boys everywhere that day.
Yeah, nah, like do you have a favorite on-field moment outside of that?
I ain't gonna lie, that was probably my number one. But I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of uh hmm, yeah. I would say Tennessee. Tennessee. We was going in, to score, and they called one of my favorite plays, inside zone. I had came down to block the nose, gave a little help to my tackle as I was going to the nose, and then the running back just cut right off me, man. And that feeling of just being, seeing all that orange and white and just having the quiet in there, man, it was just amazing.
Yeah, that sounds awesome because we always hear moments of non-linemen that are like, yeah, I scored this touchdown out of this, but like yours is that when you scored a touchdown, which was a record for your school, but then it's also just like helping someone else score a touchdown, which is this is so awesome. I've told this story before, and we got some time, so I'm gonna share it with you. But I am not a big dude, obviously. I'm 5'11", 180, and when I played football, we went and there was one moment where we were at a scrimmage and a few O linemen got hurt and one got tired and ran off the field, and they were like, "Oh, like we need someone to go in." So I was like, I'll do it just because I'm next to the coach, and I lined up at right guard, so opposite you. I lined up right guard, and there was a nose tackle, and he just shifted over to be right in front of me. Once I got in my stance, he shifted over to be right in front of me, and then I see the inside linebacker lines up right behind him, and just started saying some of the most vulgar things about me, and I was just like, oh, this is gonna suck, and it went about as well as you could expect from that point on. But is there a favorite moment that you have that's off the field, kind of with your teammates, with friends, family, wherever it is?
You know, I live a good. I feel like I live a good life, man. I have a lot of fun with my family and friends. So, a lot of moments. Some moments I can always remember is just like being at the lake with my family. Just being able to go fishing and have barbecues at the lake. Those are always good time, man. And then with my friends, I was, my fourth and fifth, well, my fifth and sixth year, I was kind of the old head of the group. So, I have everybody to my apartment, and I'd be like, man, I'm getting on the grill today. And they'll just come, me and my roommate bought a smoker. So, we'll have, game nights, say if the finals is on, the Super Bowl on or something like that, man, we'll come over. They already know Quan on the grill. So
I'm gonna tell you now, if you wind up with a New York team, I'm inviting myself over to have some.
um, feel free, feel free.
I'll just let you know that one right now. Do you have any plans that, whether while you're playing pro or after you play pro, do you have any non-football plans in your future?
Uh, I haven't really put a lot of, thought into it. I'm just, burying myself in. But I was very close to, with my school. And usually for me, I like to give back to my community and things like that. And before, well, during the last football season, which was a couple months ago, I was working with this program down in Riverdale, Georgia. And, I'll go out and I'll do things like, hand out back to school book bags and things like that. So, giving back to my community would be something I like to do.
And then, I mean, along that same line, we always wrap up our interviews with the question about my cause, my cleats. Are you familiar with that in the NFL?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know which cause you'd like to represent on your cleats? Because, I mean, at this point, you're a few months away.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of causes. I haven't narrowed it down yet. But at the college gridiron, well, one of the causes was I can't remember the exact name of it. But I was just talking to one of my friends about it. It was against rape, and that was because I talked to her, and she was we had a speaker down there, and she had told her story, and it was like very it kind of like hit like with college athletes doing it to her. So it was kind of hit just for like knowing people are out there doing things like that. So it kind of hit. So
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Shamarious. Make sure that you can find Shamarious on Twitter at Quan, but it's spelled QUION_75 on Twitter. And
you said it.
best of luck to you, Shamarious.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for asking.